interesting because most of us work around a clock that dictates what we should do at what time. So for example, wake up at this time, go to school or work or college or uni at that time, focus at this time, relax at that time. But the thing is that we are all different, and I think it's really important to, where you can, try to do things in line with what works for you specifically. When you start doing that, you're working with rather than against your body. And what that means is that you'll be maximizing your output with minimal effort because it's already in line with what works for you. So when it comes to studying, that means working out what times of day you're at your best to work. A good place to start is to think about the times that you tend to feel most alert or focused and the times that you feel more slumped or more tempted by distractions. If you're not sure off the top of your head, then a helpful thing to do is to actually track it. So for a few days, every hour or two, just note down on a scale of 1 to 10 how focused you feel. And actually it's really helpful to also note down other things like whether you have physical energy, if your mood is low, stuff like that. And then you can have a look and see if you can spot any helpful patterns. So depending on any patterns you do spot, and you probably will, try your best to plan your study times accordingly so that you're doing things in line with those natural fluctuations in your mood and your focus and your energy levels, all of that. If you notice that you've got high focus in the early afternoon and then you start to slump around 6, then it's probably a good idea to plan to do more difficult tasks or homework or whatever it is in that time slot and save the more mundane tasks for when you don't need that mental energy later in the day. And the same goes for planning other things as well that aren't study related. So, exercise. If you know you've got the most physical energy in the morning, then work out or go for a walk or whatever then. Don't leave it for the evening when you're knackered. I personally hate working out in the evenings because I just never do it because my bed So it's all about figuring out what your body and your brain's preferences are and feeding it what it wants at the right times so that you can get the most out of anything you're trying to do in the most efficient way possible.